Good morning, Bulldogs. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving weekend. Please stand for the morning ceremony. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Once again, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving weekend. Hope you had a chance to spend a lot of time with your friends and your family and just really focusing on what you're grateful for during this holiday season. I know I had a chance to spend a lot of time with my family, and it was amazing, especially after the last year or so, where maybe we couldn't spend time with certain family members like we have in the past. So definitely was a very special Thanksgiving week in the Gammon house, and I hope it was in your house too. Just a reminder, a lot of things happening this year when it comes to concerts and musicals and sports. Um, Please focus on wearing your masks. You can't look too far away from Bulldog country to see schools that are shutting down, daycares that are shutting down, a lot of things starting to shut down with numbers increasing. The way we can keep ourselves in business every day, keep ourselves from quarantining and missing things that we really cherish and look forward to is by social distancing and wearing your mask. Wearing your mask correctly. Hands up over your nose, cover your mouth and your nose. So please, please, please continue to wear your mask appropriately. Make sure you're spreading out and make sure if you're within 6 feet, like say during lunch eating, that you do as quickly as possible and then put your mask back on. And once again, this is so we can stay in business. We can keep doing the things we love in Bulldog country and having those experiences that we look forward to. And once again, same thing for the bathrooms. Make sure that we're not going in when it's too crowded. There shouldn't be more than 5 people in the room. There should never be more than one person in the stall. Other need to know fire drill procedures. We've had a few fire drills this year, and as students, you know that you report this nearest room. You stay silent, we shelter in place, and you follow the directions of the teacher in the room. Wait for further instructions. Many times we'll check on the situation. We can see where the sensor goes off in the building. We can evacuate that area of the building, make sure that people that are close to the threat can evacuate out their emergency windows. We've been practicing that. But one thing we haven't talked about, and many of you, especially younger students who haven't had a lot of fire drills in the last couple of years, at least since elementary school, because of COVID and being out in the remote instruction. When we walk out of the building, when you're asked to evacuate, make sure you're silent. Make sure you're walking quietly out of the building. And it's very important to do that because whenever you're in a true emergency, sometimes people tend to, have a hard time following directions. So the quieter we can be, the more focused we can be during our drills. The quieter, more focused will be when it isn't a drill, and you'll be able to hear the directions that you need to make sure you exit safely outside the building. So make sure that when you evacuate, that you're staying quiet throughout the drill. And when you're outside, stay with that teacher that you left the building with in that designated area. And once again, wait for further instructions. If you're in shelter in place and you're told to lock down, that's one reason why we do shelter in place when the fire alarm is pulled, because there have been cases where people have come into a building to pull the fire alarm to get everybody out in the hallway. So for sheltered in place, we go into lockdown. Make sure you just follow the procedures for lockdown, where you hide out of the way of the doorway and make sure barricade or make sure the door is locked and all that stuff. But just follow the directions of the teacher in the room and make sure that when we do evacuate, that we do it quietly. With Thanksgiving and everything that's been going on in this world, it's a good time to really sit back and think about what we're grateful for. Numerous studies over the past decade have found that people who count their blessings, think about what they're grateful for on a regular basis, and find ways to show that gratitude, tend to be happier, and they don't suffer from depression. If you want to be happier and rise above the negativity you see all around you, choose to be thankful for what you have. One of the greatest factors to your overall happiness is how much gratitude you can show others. It's been proven. University of Indiana, their psych department did a study where they took a group of individuals that were receiving counseling for depression, and they split them into 3 groups. One group continued with the counseling like it had been before. One group continued with counseling, but also wrote in a journal each week of all the things that bothered them, their deepest thoughts, all the things that caused them to be depressed. And the third group continued the counseling, but wrote 1 letter a week to another person, a gratitude letter, to someone who influenced them in a positive way, reaching out to them and sharing with them how those people had influenced them in a positive way. What they found out after 12 weeks was those who wrote the gratitude letters, they had the biggest increase in happiness, more than the other groups. And those who shared the letters, who actually didn't just write them, but then shared them with the individuals, saw the most happiness. And it just showed, the study just showed what, we all know, that showing gratitude make a big difference in our happiness. And you'll find out that often the most successful people routinely express gratitude, because having a positive attitude or showing gratitude isn't a challenge, it's a choice. We can all make that choice, because it's impossible to feel grateful. It's impossible that when you feel grateful to feel sad, depressed, or angry at the same time. So choose to focus on what you're grateful for. If you really want to be happy, turn off the news, get off the social media, put down your phone, your game controller, spend that time that you would have been doing that. Do your own exercise of gratitude. Reach out to someone, write a letter. That still does happen. You can actually write someone a letter. That can still happen even this day and age, or a note. But you can send a text, write an email, but reach out to someone who's influenced you maybe the most. Maybe they were with you during a tough time, or they supported you. Maybe they're just someone who gives you a million rides to musical rehearsal or sports practice, whether they're watching all your games. Reach out to them and share it with them. Not only will you make their day, but you'll be happier too. You'll find yourself in a better place. Here's my quote. There's a lot of good quotes from Zig Ziglar on gratitude. This one I like. Gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. The more you express gratitude that you have, more likely you will have even more things to express gratitude about. So once again, think strong, be strong, Bulldogs. Have a good day.